Hey you guys, I am back with my Scents of Days Gone By number 11. I think this one is. I have still been melting like it's a second job this whole week, experiencing all the different vendors and the different types of wax. So there's quite a bit here. So getting into it, I'm going to start off with this one from BeauxSavonFrais. I know that she's selling her business to somebody else. So this was when she was discontinuing some fragrance oils. So this was lemongrass, just plain lemongrass. It was a lot of little squares that I got in this. I believe I got 3 melts out of this one up in my bedroom between a mix of a 24 watt and a Glade warmer. It threw well every single time. I just really like that lemongrass smell. That's such a nice green, earthy, clean smell. And you very rarely, I think, well, no, you do, but you mean, I like getting it on its own as well, getting it blended with other things. So that one was definitely really nice. The next one I have here was from Kay's Kreations. This was 4 of these sniffing sticks in Peaceful Paradise. The scent description for this one is cotton candy and citrus, vanilla bean Noel, and lavender. This one I really loved. It threw really well one time in an 18 watt and then another time in a 24 watt hot plate. Threw extremely well both times, 2 sticks in at a time. That's about, I think, an ounce and a half of wax each time. Smells delicious. When I smell this, I swear I smell some type of sugar scent, like a pink sugar or blue sugar, but that may just be the cotton candy in there that's just like really sweet, mixed with that citrus and vanilla bean Noel. But this one is just amazing. I will definitely get this again in Rainbow Brittle so I can get a bigger volume of it. Good throw, great scent. This next one here is from Daphne's Divine. This was from the fall. It was these little gingerbready kind of guys in Cornucopia. I wasn't able to get the scent description off of Daphne's, but I did find the scent description for this fragrance oil in general. And it is pumpkin, apples, oranges, and cranberry. Now this one did have a good throw. I believe I got 3 melts out of it, throwing in 2 gingerbreads at a time in an 18 watt hot plate. Threw well. For some reason, to me overall, this kind of had like a slightly like perfumey smell. I'm not exactly sure what it was, but it didn't smell like straight fruit. It was just kind of perfumey, but good throw. It's not something, I'm smelling the bag, it's not something that I would necessarily seek out again. But I smell a lot of apple in there, but just something about this whole blend altogether. It's just a little not quite my thing. This next one here is Rainbow Melts. This was 2 big scalloped tarts in Gooey caramel cider. Melted them in a 24 watt hot plate. It threw really well. I don't remember a whole other lot about it other than it threw well and it had like a nice apple scent. Smelling it in the bag, yeah, it definitely does have a nice apple scent. I think when I melted it, I smelled more apple. When I'm smelling it now in the bag, I can pick up on the caramel as well, but I just remember this being a really nice apple scent. Sorry, I think I've said that like 7 times. This next one here I got from Front Porch in a D-stash. It was apple crumble cake. 2 grubby tarts went into the 18 watt hot plate. This was just like a really nice, if I remember correctly, like bakery apple, maybe slightly cinnamony scent. I really liked it. I really do like apple scents. Yeah, smelling it in the bag, and this does smell like crumble cake as well. So this is a lot more than just a straight apple. You can definitely pick up on like, I don't know, like a cinnamony, bakery, doughy kind of scent in there. So that one was really delicious. So I will look for that one from Front Porch, and you know, in a 4-pack grubby. This one from Candles from the Keeping Room I got for my latest haul. This was 1 single bunny-shaped tart in Berry Verbena. I actually have it melting right now on the 24 watt hot plate just over there in the other part of the kitchen. It's throwing like a champ. It smells like beautiful spring, summer, exactly what you'd want to smell. So this is fresh, rich berries with sugary crystals and lemon verbena with orange satsuma. So lots of different kind of fruits all together. You can definitely pick up the lemon verbena. You can pick up like the sugary scent that makes it seem like, you know, like one of those candies that you bite into that's like chewy and sugary on the inside. That's what it smells like. And I mean, it's gorgeous. I think the sugar and the lemon verbena is what I pick up the most. I don't necessarily smell a whole lot of berries on their own or orange satsuma on their own, but overall, this is just amazing and definitely 8-ounce bag worthy. The next time I place an order from Candles from the Keeping Room. Also from Candles from the Keeping Room, I melted through 4 bundt-shaped tarts in Absolutely Fabulous Cake. Melted this in a 24 watt hot plate. Now this one, if I look at the scent description, it's white cake with white chocolate and sweet cream, coconut, sweet vanilla, and buttercream frosting. One thing that I found out is that pure cake scents are just way too sweet for me. When I was melting this, each time I was only able to melt it for about 3 to 3.5 hours each before I had to turn it off because it was just too sweet. And smelling in the bag, I can also smell the coconut in there too. On cold, I don't remember the coconut in there as much when it was hot, but it's It's very sweet. So if you are a fan of like really sweet cake scents, that one would definitely be for you. It's too much for me personally. So I would not seek that one out again. This next one here from Tiffany Candles, I melted last night in the 18-watt hot plate. This is Strawberry Shortcake, which is just strawberry, shortbread, and whipped cream all together. It threw pretty well. It was actually fighting a little bit with another Tiffany Candles product I was melting upstairs. So this one was so strong last night that it was kind of overshadowing this one a little bit, but I could still smell this, and I could tell that it still had like a good throw, because I could still smell it from quite a long ways away. It was a really nice, like sweet, sugary, syrupy kind of strawberry. Definitely nice. So I would purchase that again. As far as like the sweeter strawberries go, that's definitely a really good one with a good throw. Now the one that it was fighting with, the one that it was fighting with upstairs was the Pink Sugar Vanilla Bean Noel Blonde Moment Loaf from Tiffany Candle. Sorry, I haven't finished that one, but I was melting that loaf upstairs yesterday, and that thing was like going everywhere. And, you know, beating up the strawberry shortcake a little bit too. Sorry, this is a different loaf from Tiffany Candles that I did finish. This is caramel apples and funnel cake with cotton candy overpour. I don't remember how many melts I got out of this, but I've melted it combination in the 24-watt hot plate and the 18-watt hot plate. Great throw every single time. So this one is obviously like one of those like circus type scents, but to me it smelled a little different than like some of the other circus scents, because this one had like, to me, a really strong buttery, like a butter note in it. You can definitely get the caramel apple, but it smells very similar to like a caramel apple butter scent. I'm not really exactly sure why to my nose it smells like that. Maybe that's the funnel cake in there. But I mean, it's nice. It's nice, but as far as like the circus scents go, I would say that there's other circus scents that I do prefer. But it was still like a quality product, and it still threw really well. Got a ton of melts out of it. I still enjoyed it. You guys, don't get me wrong. But it's just, I would personally not seek out that particular blend again. That's just me. This next one here I melted through from Rosegirls. I got this in a D-stash and Blackberry Jam Baked Zucchini Bread. So if any of you guys have seen my Rosegirls haul that I did, I probably was talking about Blackberry Jam. So for those of you that haven't seen the Rosegirls haul, Blackberry Jam scents to me smell kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They don't smell that great to me. I can't even remember the exact word of what they smell like. But I've gotten a Blackberry Jam scent recently from Candles from the Keeping Room that has the same like scent to me that doesn't sit with me very well. So it's not just Rosegirls. I think it's all Blackberry Jam. It's just not my thing. What is that kind of smell? I had a word for it, but I don't really remember. So I think there were 3 chunks in here, and I've melted the chunks like over the course of the past 4 to 5 months, or since I've gotten this in the D-stash. It hasn't been that long, 3 months. And each time, like, it threw well, but however, that Blackberry Jam just not being my favorite fragrance oil, I melted it, it threw well, and I was like, hey, I'm going to take it off. So this one is not something I would repurchase, but only because the fragrance oil is not my style. And just from now on, I probably know that in general, I just need to avoid ordering anything with Blackberry Jam. I love blackberry scents, but Blackberry Jam scents are just kind of funky to my nose. I don't know why. All right, this next one here is from Super Tarts, and this one was actually one of the ones that was like sand. So you can still see like a little bit kind of left in there. It was like it's really interesting consistency. That was like a sand, and you can like put it in your warmer and smack it up in there. So I melted this one in the 24-watt hot plate. This one was Blueberry Cheesecake. It threw really well, not as well as the other Super Tarts that I've had. So if I had to rate throw on a scale from 1 to 10, Super Tarts for me consistently throws at like a 9 to like a 9.5. This one was like an 8, like a 7.5 to an 8. So still a really good throw. But maybe it's just because the wax was this like, you know, the crumbly sand consistency and not her regular one. It wasn't as good. But the blueberry in here was really good, and I remember smelling it on cold. I thought the blueberry smelled kind of chemically artificial, but once I melted it, it just transformed itself into, to me, a really nice, authentic blueberry, sweet, creamy scent. Once again, goes to show you how you really need to make sure that you melt stuff and review it warm, you know, then rather than going off a cold sniff impression, you know, to get the real honest truth. So that one I definitely would look for again, but preferably in her regular wax formula. Also from Super Tarts, this was part of a pan that I had ordered like a month or 2 ago. It was in Pink Sugar, Vanilla Bean Noel, Orange Juice Cake. And I chunked up the pan and I put, you know, I stored it in like 4 of these packages. So I just finished 1 package of it. Now I've melted some of this before I put it into the package. So I've melted this particular blend probably now 4 or 5 times. It is amazing. This is the one that has made me go crazy for number 1, orange scents in general, and number 2, pink sugar and orange blends. I got this pan and I was like blown away with how fabulous it smelled, and I melted it and it was just as fabulous, if not even more fabulous. That orange really gives the pink sugar this like crispness, this edge, this tartness, this something that really takes the pink sugar to the next level. Because I would say when I smell it, I don't necessarily smell orange juice cake, but it's the pink sugar is different in a really, really amazingly good way. So this one threw extremely well. It throws for an extremely long time since I've melted it, not just this week, but before. I've kept it on, I believe, for up to 10 hours, and it was still throwing, you know, when I shut it off. So great product all around, great scent blend. I would love it if Brandy would come out with this particular scent blend again, because I think it is one of the best scent blends I have ever had in my entire life. It is, I can't say enough good things about that one. Also from Super Tarts, to continue on my raving here, this was a mashup tart, which is kind of like a chunky muffin sort of tart, in strawberry white cake. Now, I am extremely picky about my strawberry scents in general, and I've been on the search for the perfect strawberry, so I got this one, and when I smell it, to me, it's, I know it says strawberry white cake, but to me, it smells like very close to a fresh picked strawberry, maybe with a slight bit of sugar. I loved it. I threw the whole thing into a 24-watt hot plate, and I melted it all evening, which for me is saying a lot, because normally when I come home, I would go through 2 melts in each of my warmers. So if I come home at like 4, I'll put on something from like 4 to 7:30 and change it out for something else until I go to bed. So I normally go through 2. This one I kept on the whole night. I can't remember if I turned it on the next day, but it was the most amazing strawberry scent I think I have ever had, and I love it. Let me smell it in the bag. Yeah, I think that smells like a fresh picked strawberry. Now, my nose may be off because the fresh picked strawberries that other people rave about, I've been kind of like waffling a little bit back and forth. So I think my nose is just all jacked up, honestly, maybe. Because the strawberry white cake, I don't know. I love this one. I love this one. This is my all-time favorite strawberry scent that I have found so far. And if you guys watched my Super Pans haul, I got strawberry white cake in one of those cake pans because I knew I had already melted that and I knew how much that I loved it. Alrighty here. No, I hadn't melted it at that point. I had gotten it and smelled it cold and knew that I loved it. Sorry. Alright, Candles by Victoria. A scent shot here in Blueberry Monkey Bread. This is blueberry cheesecake, cinnamon raisin bread, and banana. Because banana's not really my thing, but I wanted to try a little bit of stuff with it. And this is good. I can't smell a whole lot of banana in there. I don't remember smelling it on hot either, but it was just a really nice blueberry, like bready cinnamon scent. I remember it threw really well in a 24-watt hot plate. But like with all this stuff by Candles by Victoria, every time I melt it, like the wax always hardens around the edge of the hot plate. Her wax must just be really, just a really tough, hard kind of wax or something like that. But it was good. I would seek it out again, but it's not something that I would go like screaming, running, like I have to hoard and hoard and hoard it. But it was still good. This one here was Vintage Chic Scents. This is in Art Deco, which is pomegranate and watermelon. Now this one threw extremely well for me. One time in an 18-watt hot plate, one time in a 24-watt hot plate. It was fabulous both times. Both times it was like encroaching on the scent barriers with everything else I was melting. It was very, very strong. It was a delicious scent. I definitely picked up more watermelon in there when I was melting it, but it was just fabulous. And I'm sure the pomegranate was probably in there like making it slightly more tart, but to me it was a very nice watermelon scent, and this one was very strong. Delicious. And it was 3 cubes each that I threw in each time, so I would repurchase that one in a heartbeat. Alright, all the stuff here at the end is all 2-timing tart, because I have a lot of 2-timing tart right now, so okay, I'm out of breath. My throat hurts. I've been yapping too much. Okay, Cranberry, Yuzu, Zucchini. If you look at the scent date, you will note that this is in the new wax formula. I melted this one in, where did I melt this one? I think I melted this one in the kitchen, so it went into a 24-watt hot plate, but I do remember that it threw really well, and I was really excited about that because I've really been rooting for Becky's new wax formula. So this one was definitely a winner. I don't know what Yuzu is, but this smells like just like a really tart, fruity zucchini. To me, it's really delicious actually, so I would definitely be on the lookout for this blend from her again, or from like cranberry zucchini scents in general. I think that one is definitely a winner. Good throw, good scents. Okay, this one's Snow Taffy Zucchini, and this is in the old wax formula. I got this in a flash sale last year. It was like 2 snowflake shaped tarts. Now this one I melted in the 18-watt hot plate, and I don't think this one had a great throw. I've been melting so much two-timing tart, it's all melting together in my head. But I think this one had a medium throw in the 18-watt hot plate. I remember it just having like a nice zucchini scent. Yeah, it kind of has like, it has a winter zucchini scent, but I don't exactly know how to describe that as winter. It's not necessarily peppermint, but it smells like cold air mixed with zucchini. But it's a really nice fragrance on cold, medium throw, I would say in an 18-watt hot plate, but also old wax formula too, right? So keep that in mind, please. This one is Serendipity Fruit Loops, also in the old wax formula. This one I melted in the 18-watt hot plate as well in my entryway. This one had a good throw. The Serendipity was definitely the strongest note in there over the Fruit Loops, which is not my favorite thing. I'm not really a Serendipity person, but I did enjoy it, you know, for the little bit that I had it on, like 3 to 3.5 hours, and it was a good throw the entire time. All right, this one here, Frost Fairy. I've melted this one over the past couple nights. This one is Frigid Air with a liberal dose of absinthe. This is in the old wax formula once again. It had like somewhere between a medium high to like a good throw. It's like somewhere in that area. It wasn't like knock your socks off good, but it was definitely much better than a medium throw. I love this one. It smells like a cold winter's day. It smells like a cold winter's day. There seems to be maybe like a slight amount of peppermint in there. It's refreshing, it's clean, it's beautiful. I really, really love this one. It's limited edition though, so I don't think we can get it right now. And I melted 3 cubes at a time. One time in the Glade, no, sorry, both times in a 24-watt hot plate. Sorry, I'm really like running out of breath here. Okay, this next one here is Shemar More on the Beach, one of my all-time favorites from two-timing tart. This one is Blue Sugar, Arabian Sandalwood with a wet aquatic backdrop. I know I've melted this one before, but every time I melt it, the sandalwood to me comes out and is, well, it's kind of funny. I wonder if I watch this compared to what I said about it before, if it's completely different because, you know, I'm flaky like that. But when I melted it this time, the sandalwood was like really strong, and that's what I definitely smelled the most, which is surprising because Blue Sugar is a pretty strong fragrance too, but it was very sandalwood dominant. It threw really well, and it threw for a long time. I think this one I had kept on, I started at like 6 p.m. and I think I kept it on until the next morning when I woke up at 5, and when I woke up it was still going. I could still smell it. So this one is definitely a winner. Man, this is just so good. So good. And like I said, this is the old wax formula, so I am definitely interested to see what it's like in the new wax formula because it's already pretty strong as it is. I think that sandalwood is a very strong type of fragrance oil. Okay, this one here is the Sound of Drums. This one is also in the old wax formula. It is Serendipity and Dragon's Blood resin. Now this one did have like a medium high throw, I would say, and it was very coconut dominant. So I remember when I was like walking in and out of the room, the thing that I remember smelling the most was coconut, which is out of the Serendipity. That's good. I can also smell almond in there. Actually, when it's cold, I can smell the almond. I don't know what's in Dragon's Blood resin, like fragrances, but hot, it's coconut dominant, medium high throw. So if that's something that would interest you, then I'd say go for that. And in the new wax formula, the throw will probably be pretty good. The next one here is Drunk Tweeting. This one is a fabulous blend. It's a coconut mango mojito. When I smell it, it's just so beautiful. Oh man, this one is so beautiful. Well, the only bad thing though is this one had a light medium throw. So, and I melted this one, maybe one time in the Glade, one time in the 24-watt hot plate. I don't quite remember, but I had to be pretty close to it to get the smell. But it is such a gorgeous, like a freaking gorgeous fragrance that, I mean, you know, when she puts this up in the new wax formula, I'm gonna get it for sure because I definitely enjoy this one, but I would definitely enjoy it with at least a medium throw, I think, so I could smell it a little bit better. Like, I don't need to be blown out of the room with throw, I would say, from something that like this. That's a very delicate, fabulous fragrance, but I would at least want, I'd say, a medium throw. So in the new wax formula, I will be looking for this one for sure. It's absolutely gorgeous. Alright, you guys, so that's it. That's the whole Sense of Days Gone By number 11. I am still continuing to melt like a crazy woman over here. So I will probably still continue to have about this much stuff in every single one of the warm reviews that I do. So I hope you guys I hope that this video was helpful to you. I will put all the scent descriptions, not the scent descriptions, what I melt in the down bars. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm trying to do that now. So if you want to like look in the description and if you see a specific one that you just like want to find, I put them in order that I go in, so it could probably help you just find it if you don't want to watch the whole thing. But I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will catch you on the next video. Bye.